Good morning. This is going to be a review of the Harbor Freight Sawmill. Here's my setup, my log getting trailer that's seen better days. The Harbor Freight Sawmill on the trailer because I haven't figured out where I'm going to put it yet. I had it over beside the garage, but that is now a parking lot, so that doesn't work for me anymore. I bought this a couple of years ago. Used it quite a bit. I've got some lumber stacked over there. Okay, the mill itself. Basically a bandsaw laid on its side with a gasoline engine. Water bottle comes with a cap. I lost the cap. I've taken the bar off. It normally goes up here because in order to get the height that I needed, this piece right here needs to come up a little bit higher to get to the top of the biggest log. So that's one modification we've done. Little cleat made out of wood, those are indispensable. Alright, let's start with the blade change. In order to change the blade, we gotta raise it, which is done with this crank. And way easy to do when I'm not holding the camera. So let me get the blade up and we'll go from there. Looks like I need to throw a little PB blaster on this thing, it's stuck. Okay. Remember those holes? That's why I had to take the handle off. I did have a little bit of problem with this clutch, but it seems to have fixed itself. So next step in changing the blade is to open this up, which is also rusty, and more PB blaster. So undo this, this swings out, that one swings that way. Then we'll get a look at the blade. It's our first look at the blade. I did add some sound insulation to the panels. I don't think it did anything at all. It is still noisy. We got the tires, these big cast iron wheels. And then we're gonna have to get this blade out, so we need to turn this handle. It might require loosening this up, I don't remember off the top of my head, but if we turn this, maybe. Number one, before you try to change this blade, put something on your hands. This stuff is brutal. And the other thing is you might want to chalk the carrier if you're not quite level. Never ever quiet here. If you're gonna buy them by the box, because you're gonna need them. Okay, these are the rippers, I think, and they come all coiled up like this. And I found the easiest way to undo these get it in the ballpark. Enjoy the serenade. Next step is to tighten the handle back up. The damn chainsaw. Oh, okay. The next step is to run it by hand like I just did a little bit, just to make sure that the blade is going to stay on. If it doesn't stay on, we have to change the alignment, which I'm hoping we don't have to. What you want to check here is you want to check, make sure the teeth are off. That will push back, and it will look like that one once I put a little log pressure on this. So I think we're good. Aside from the noise, we're good. Okay, so if it's not painfully obvious, those panels are there to keep that from flying off and cutting me in half. Alright, now that we've got our blade on, we've got our log on, I guess we need to make a cut. That really hurt. If you notice, I got my knuckle caught between the wheel and the bolt. So let's make our first cut. To do that, turn the engine on, turn the choke, we pull the starter. Hopefully it runs. Let it warm up a little bit. We have to pull that pin out so the tram will move. We're going to make sure that there's nothing in line with the blade, like the stops that I've cut in half a couple of times. Like this right here. There's a big chunk taken out of the other one because I hit it. I am anxious to see how these rippers turn out. I bought them a couple of years ago. I just haven't got to them yet. I had a few of the ones that, I think one came with this, and I bought 6 or 7 others, and then I found the rippers, so I put them up. And let's see if we can do a cut. I'm pretty impressed with that blade. Didn't use any water or anything yet. There is a there's a valve here, but pretty sure mine's broken. I'll have to get the spray bottle out to spray the blade, because it's one pass is already starting to pitch up a little bit. Because these joints are a little tough. I had to file these down and bang on them a little bit to get it so you don't have a whoop-de-doo in the log right there. Same thing on the other side. But overall, this thing, it does what it says it does. I forget what I paid. I think it was around $2,000. Probably more now. It's been a few years. I do have it on some pressure treated just to keep it. I had it up on blocks at first. Having it up on blocks was not good. Drop a log on it too hard, the block breaks, the block falls over, it rolls off. It was a pain in the rear. So I went and I got some, this is, I think this is 11 feet. So I got some 12 footers boxed across the end. They are 4x6s, I believe. Harbor Freight Sawmill. I believe it is still the cheapest sawmill on the market. I wanted to add something to my little review here. A couple days later. Here's the blade I changed. Here's the $30 blade I just ruined because I hit the post again. Central Machinery made this, and they made a mistake if you ask me. They put the operator side over here. Like I said, this bar is supposed to be up here, and I have it tied down here so I can go higher and really max it out. But they put the operator on this side. Now, when you're on that side and you're pushing, you can't see these. And I just ran into that. You see that long one in there? It comes with two different sizes, short ones and long ones. I just ran into that long one again because it's on this side and I didn't see it. So what I'm going to do at some point in the very near future, looks like it'd be easy to do too, just put something in there. I'm going to switch the operator side to this side and probably put some sort of a pipe or tube or rubber hose on there to get that to blow off the trailer. So that's my take on that. If Central Machinery or Harbor Freight is watching, you'd do better if you switch that around. The other thing I want to point out is these wheels get caked up with sawdust really easily, and that causes a bump in the board. And you can see, where's my stop there? That's where I backed up. This is where I hit the post and ruined a $30 blade. And then I backed up, pulled the post out, and you can see the difference in the cut from here to here, where I paused again because it was hard to push, and here again had to pause. I was fighting it. I was fighting it the whole last 3 feet. So all because you can't see this side of the mill. So that's my take on that. I do have some nice 4-inch slabs over here. They're just about too heavy to pick up. They're 17 to 19 inches wide. You'll see the same marks in the top piece. And those are for sale if anybody wants a mantle or whatever. I got 3 of them here. About to be 4, but I got to change the blade again, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. So overall, like I said, it's the cheapest saw on the market. At least it was when I bought it. No, you get what you pay for, I guess. If I spend 20 or 30 grand on a saw, it would have all the gadgets. I'd be standing on that side and pushing a button to make it move. But for what it is, it does what it says it's supposed to do fairly well. So anyway, that's my review on the Harbor Freight Central Machinery Chinese bandsaw mill. See you in the next one.